Hey everyone, this week we were talking about a little bit of the difference between self confidence and self worth. And we know that though we actually use these two terms interchangeably, but then these two terms actually, there's a very little difference between them. And the difference lies in the sense where self confidence has to do very much with our capabilities, our skills, and the strengths that we have in ourselves and how we actually combine or utilize these three components together in taking the necessary step, bringing ourselves a step closer to achieving the goals that we want in life. However, self-worth has a little much to do with the external events that we encounter or experience, but self-worth has to do with how much and how deeply we appreciate ourselves or we value ourselves. Whether we realize or not, most of the times we place our self-worth onto the external events or the life experiences that we go through. For example, perhaps you and I agree that when there are successes or happy moments or good memories that we actually go through in life, we are very much happy for a moment at that period of time. And we feel good about ourselves during that time. However, when we encounter failures or the mistakes that we experience in life, subconsciously or indirectly, we tie our self worth to this label of failure. And as a result, we actually feel very much down, not only mentally, but emotionally as well. However, there are a few ways that we can actually preserve or to manage our self-worth. And one of the ways being that to see failures and mistakes as a learning experience. And this is very important, reason being that if we were to see failure experiences or the mistakes that we did in life, and we tie that to our identity or our self-worth as being a failure, then as a result, we won't feel good. But if we were to switch our mindset and to see it as a learning experience, then we are coming from a space of within our capability or the responsibility to see that how can we see it as a learning experience and to change the ways that we approach in life and to take a different approach or to take the different action which can actually beneficial to us in bringing us a step closer to what we want to achieve in life. And the second way that we can actually maintain our self-worth is that as much as we love to receive validation or affirmation from the people we know or we care about, and this could be ranging from our family members, our friends, and our loved ones or significant other. Though it feels good to actually receive validation and affirmation by other people, it is also equally important for us in taking the courage in learning to affirm and self-validate ourselves. And we can do this with little baby steps as simple as every morning we can start by whispering to ourselves or to tell ourselves internally that I love you, or thank you for today for being here with me, or I thank you for being with me up to very today, be it during the good times or the bad times. And this is also equally important because that if we were to not start with self-validating ourselves or to affirm ourselves with these positive statements, then as much as we receive this validation by other people, we will not be able to feel it because it is important for us to feel what is it like to be validated and what is it like to be appreciated in ourselves. Only then can we appreciate the validation or the affirmation that's given by other people. And last but not least, it comes back to our responsibility in finding out what are our strengths and weaknesses as well. And the strengths that we realize about is equally important because that we can only then focus on the strengths and to further enhance it in taking the necessary action in achieving what we want in life. But the weaknesses is not something for us to suppress or to put aside or to put it under a mat or a carpet, but weaknesses is something for us to realize about so that we know how to manage our weaknesses and to improve ourselves over time. And improving ourselves doesn't mean that to get rid all the weaknesses that we have, but to be aware of these weaknesses, knowing that it doesn't actually label or validate our self-worth or represent our self-worth, but then weaknesses is something for us to look into and to find a different approach or to come with a different way of thinking in living or approaching every situation that we encounter with in life. I hope that by sharing these few ways on how we can actually manage and preserve our self-worth, we will then be able to practice these 3 simple steps in maintaining our self-worth, and to know the main difference between that self-worth doesn't mean that it is the same as self-confidence, because self-worth has very much to do with how deeply we value or appreciate ourselves without depending very much on the external circumstances or events that we encounter in life. If you find that this video has been beneficial for you, do share this video with your friends or to like this video and to share it around to other people who can very much benefit and to learn from this video as well. And if you have any other topics that you would love to hear from me, do comment in the comment section. If not, we'll see you in the next video. Take care, stay safe, and best wishes.